Good morning, good night, good evening, whatever time it is for you. Uh, Before I start reading a book, I just finished a class um, with Tai Lopez. I don't know if you know who he is. I'm doing this video right now, but if you're watching this video, I'll probably put a little picture so you can, because sometimes it helps when you see a picture to remember, right? Because me personally, I can't remember anybody's name, right? But if I see a picture, then I remember a picture, right? But the reason I'm making this video is I really want to express like what I learned, and like for maybe a lot of people see the ad and think it's full of a whole bunch of like just crap. Well, that's at least that's what I thought a few years ago. All right, I seen about what 3-4 years ago. I seen one of his videos, and it was him with a Ferrari or a Lamborghini or something like that, some fancy car or whatever. And I just thought it was like the biggest hoax, the biggest scam. And then I seen through, I don't know if you ever heard of this other thing, Click Banks, and I was like, well, I guess, at least he has it up there. Let me see if I can promote it. But then he was like, he couldn't promote it unless you bought one of his programs. So I was like, oh, that's even more of a scam. Like, there's no way his stuff has to be crap, right? But then I don't know what it was. It was like last year, because I'd been taking classes like on the stock market over and over and over again, and I haven't had very much of any success. The only successful thing I've had on the stock market is I'm successfully at losing money, right? But then so I was looking for a different avenue. I was like, man, I have been doing this consistently over and over and over. It's to the point where it's insane, right? So I had to find something different. And what I did was like, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take a chance, all right? And just by chance, like maybe Ty heard me say it in my mind or whatever, because it just so happened I got an email from him, and he was throwing an unbelievable sale discount on one of his courses. So I was like, you know what? It's so unbelievably cheap. I cannot pass this up. So I went ahead and bought it, and it was the e-commerce. And I started listening to a little bit, but I'm not gonna lie, like on a lot of his courses, what he does is he's a marketer, so he'll do the beginning course, and then the rest of it will be somebody else, all right? And I didn't enjoy that as much. Like, yes, it was great to listen to, but not all of them had the same voice as Ty, if that makes sense. Like, some people are really easy to listen to, and some people are not, right? Some of the people on there were real salesy or whatever, but the information that like I attained was amazing, right? But it's a lot all at one time, if that makes any sense as well. Like, it is a lot of information. It's like you're bombarded with hours upon hours upon hours of information. And is it all relevant? Is it all helpful? Yes. But it's also a learning process. Like, if you think that you're gonna jump into the program and watch all the videos in an hour, it's impossible, right? It is literally impossible. It's set up for you to take time, right? So it's broken down into steps, right? But that's the e-commerce, right? And I mean, you can also search for that. But then later I took another one of his courses. On the e-commerce, I just kind of picked and chose, right? I kind of, because I like it was a great introduction, but my mind, like, I wasn't ready for all the information they were giving, right? Like I said, it was a whole bunch, but it was worth every penny that I spent, because it got me to open a store, right? I'm in the e-commerce world now, right? And I sell books online, and then I took another one of his little courses where it was a little bit more they had more like on Amazon, and because I had the easiest way for me to start was through Amazon, right? And so like I started through Amazon. Right now I have an Amazon bookstore, right? I started with all different type of products, but for me, books worked. And for more than just one reason. It's easy for I have like supply, right? So in everything you need supply, because if you don't have a consistent supply, then no matter how much demand you have of your product, it's not going to work for you, right? Because you're just going to run out of supply. So I have a consistent supply, and then through Amazon I have a consistent demand. So it works perfect for me, right? I'm not saying it's gonna work perfect for you, but it like books work for me. But so that was in the midsummer. So after 6 months, give or take, right? I started trusting his ideology and the way he kind of carries himself, and I was like, all right, you know what? The next time there's a sale, I'm just gonna get as much as I can, right? Because like this is it's just too good, right? And I really wanted to get like more of his programs, like the programs, like his flagship programs, I guess you could say, like the 5 Minute Mentor, which you'll see there's a link to that on this, and there is a reason for that, and I'll get to that in just a minute. But the other classes, like the 67 steps and the 12 foundations and things like that, and the credit mentor, but haven't got to that. I'm in the middle of 67 steps. I'm on step 60, which he kind of forces me to slow down, right? Because he will not unlock the next video for the next day. So I'm waiting for step 61, which that's consistently 67 days or 61 days that I've been watching it. So is it good? I mean, proof is in the pudding, right? Like I just told you, I would have already finished it, but he's putting me on a restriction for one a day, right? So that's why I haven't finished, because I'm not allowed to yet. But if he would have allowed me, I would have finished it already, because I mean it's that good. But let me just put it like this: like the information that I'm getting is so good that I'm not, since he restricting me on the 67 steps. I was like, well, you know what, Ty, screw you. I'll figure something else out. So I started watching the 12 foundations. Now I'm almost done with the 12 foundations. I think I got like 2 more classes left. But so now my mind's kind of mixed up in both of them, but they're both unbelievably relevant, and they work, right? Like my mentality has like his gimmick on, it's not really a gimmick, but what he expresses is through your 67 steps. The reason why it's for 67 days, and the other reason he doesn't want you to do it all in one day, is the simple fact that it's transforming your mind, right? Now, I've read a lot of books. Like he discusses books, which is great. Like I already told you, I own a bookstore, so I also have a love for books, right? And I mean, he probably has more books than I do, but I can getting up there, right? And just for a simple fact, like I own a bookstore, but like, so I've read a lot of books on personality and like changing, like if you want to change yourself, like the Kaizen way, like different like personalities. I have a class myself if you want to go to that on the Kaizen, and like through the me reading the Kai, like taking some of excuse me, taking some of Ty's classes in the beginning of the year, like got me to the point of like reading more books, right? Because he's always talking about books. And then, obviously started my bookstore. And then through that, I found some great books on like the Kaizen. I don't know if you're aware of that, but it runs with like the 67 steps in a sense, because like the 67 steps, it's because in change you have 2 different types of change. You have the innovative way and you have the Kaizen way, right? And through my class, I kind of talk about that, but like just like the Kaizen way and how you can progress and like to accomplish any kind of challenge you have in life, right? And so like one of the challenges I was having is just going ahead and like jumping in and starting the courses, but through reading the different books that I have in my bookstore, obviously, like and then creating a class actually helped me. So if you want information on that, right, you can, somewhere around here there's a link to that as well. But back to what I'm talking about with Ty. So I'm taking 2 of his courses right now, the 67 steps and the 12 foundations. Now, those are like a little bit more advanced. Like I wouldn't say start with those, and that's why I personally am not telling you to start with those, because one, they're more expensive, right? So more expensive means that you have to put more down, right? And so you might not have that, right? And it's all about like changing your mentality and things. And so right now, if you're looking at this, you probably are in a situation where you don't have everything that you want, right? So with the program below, right, the 5 minute mentor is and promoting like the Kaizen way, right? The 67 steps is huge, right? They're longer courses, they're hour, 30 minutes, right? Well, the 5 minute mentor, that's more innovative, right? It's bigger, it's longer, it's more expensive, right? But the Kaizen way, the slower way, the way where it's so easy, it's almost impossible to fail, right? Is basically 67, or excuse me, the 5 minute mentor. Because all Ty's saying is like, look, give me 5 minutes a day. That's it. And you're like, okay. We all have 5 minutes, right? Stuck in traffic, right? You got 5 minutes. Taking a shower, going to the bathroom, the other kind of bathroom, you know what I mean? 5 minutes. So you all have 5 minutes in a day while you're cooking, you know what I mean? You have 5 minutes. While you even, is so relevant. Like you could even listen to the 5 minutes over dinner with your family, right? It's that relevant. So it's things that even your kids should listen to, right? So while you're having lunch or breakfast or whatever, you can pop it on, listen to your 5 minutes, get your 5 minute motivation, and you're done for the day, right? Don't even do any more, right? And that's part of like the Kaizen. Do start so small that it's impossible for you to fail. So what I'm asking you to do, and what Ty's asking in the program, but what I'm saying is do this and start with $5, or no, excuse me, start with 5 minutes a day, and then the price is so unbelievably cheap. It's again impossible to fail. It's literally $1 for, I think it's $1 a day for the first 3 days, as in like your introductory. And then if you want it, it's $7 a month. So literally $7 a month could change, right? Could change your mind frame, your change of thought, everything. Because it has for me, right? I wouldn't even be talking about this if it wasn't such information that I'm over here like, gotta wait till tomorrow, right? For the next video, because I'm on the 67 steps. But with this, like this course is such a great introductory course that, of course, you gotta start from the beginning, right? 1,000-mile journey begins with one step, and this is the beginning step that I think like everybody should take, and it's so unbelievably cheap, right? For you to start off, that's impossible to fail, right? It's, if you smoke cigarettes, it's less than a pack a day. All right. If you're in New York and you smoke cigarettes, my goodness, it's like $10 for a pack. This is $7 for a whole month, right? That's 30, whatever classes. So just look at it like that. Gas. How much is milk? A cup of coffee at Starbucks. Like we're talking about, like even Netflix. What Netflix is $10 a month or something like that. $8 a month. So it's cheaper than all those other services, but those services don't really like enhance your brain, right? With this, you can enhance your brain, and the next thing you know that Starbucks will be even less, right? It won't be taking as much money out of your monthly income, right? Because this whole thing is to change your mentality to like give you the life that you want and more freedom, right? And more income and more financial freedom, more happiness, more wealth, right? And so if you have that, then that same cup of Starbucks every morning costs you less money, right? Because it's less money out of your overall income that you're making, right? So sacrifice one day of Starbucks to pay for this whole month and see what happens in the next 6 months. And then come back, find me, and be like, you know what? You're amazing. Thank you so much for turning me on to this. It changed my life. And also, tell Ty, but, tell me first. You know what I mean? All right, have a good one.